Okay, Chloe, this is Frank Cordero. Just wanted to first of all, I wanted to commend you on your reel here for the work that you did. Most people are still trying to get their PCC assets together at this stage, and you seem to have made a good jump on getting to that. And so I just want to say nice job on getting this far with the assets. Very happy to see the quality that you've put into your assets so far, going as far as getting fur and texture and all the things that were expected with regards to the curriculum. Um, I saw some of Ken's notes before, so I just want to say acknowledge and agree with some of his notes with regards to like this character's hair. I think that would be something that would be worth enhancing a little better to get a little bit more of a transition from the face to the hairline, so it's a little bit more gradual. But again, it's the kind of thing that is I'd say gravy at this point. Although, again, if you're going to go that far to texture, people are going to be looking at it. I love this sculpt. I love the character of the sculpt, and definitely loving to see this. Now, if anything, one thing I may make a comment on is the amount of things that you're showing on your asset reel. I think that bust that just came up, um, while it's okay, it's not your strongest asset compared to the other ones. And I would say if you may want to look at editing your reel so that you're only showing your absolute best. And while I do think it's a pretty good piece, I do think that there's some things that don't seem to be as strong as the stuff you did later on. And so sometimes there's an old saying about portfolios: you're only as good as your weakest link. And sometimes to me, in that when you've got all this quality in the earlier parts of your reel, and you've set a certain bar or standard for lighting and texturing and rendering, I do think that it seems to be a little anticlimactic to have the gray stuff in the back there. So again, just a thought, but I will. That this is your reel and you have to make that choice, and we can only make recommendations on that front. The other thing that I may just suggest is, while I know that a lot of people use turntables for presenting their assets, and that seems to be an industry trend that happens. I'm a big fan of being a little bit more cinematic with use of cameras to be able to kind of show off assets. And I know it's not always an easy thing because it's its own discipline itself. But sometimes the turnarounds sometimes just become repetitive, and sometimes with a little extra effort and some smart camera work, usually some slow, gentle pans done right can work to kind of help create variety and still be able to create an attractive flow in the reel. And that's just the only feedback I really have at this point. But honestly, I think for the guts of the curriculum and what you accomplished, I think it's great to see. So again, congratulations to getting this far with hitting so many of your goals and so many of the expectations that were set for you this month. And being ahead of the curve in some aspects by having the reel pretty much done. So anyway, looking forward to seeing bigger and brighter things from you in the future. Take care.